No, don't know.
No, I had a soundtrack that had that song on it.
Oh, no, motherfucker, no.
I did not. No,
you owned Nickelback Silver Side Up. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Somebody else.
No, I'm not.
Meagle.
know that I'm here, and your white privileges are going to save you tonight, okay, guys?
Smooths itself out.
Tell you what I'll do if I ever get back. I promise to refabricate you, raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised.
That's right. It's time for the Dog and Chicken Show. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am flanked, as always, by the one, the only Tony fucking G, and Mr. Silver Side Up himself, Phil.
Lies, folks. That's how you know you've made it in this life. When people start bringing up just terrible lies, start fabricating whole cloth lies about you. I, the superstar, the big time, the reason for the season, Phil KOE, is here to share this evening with all of you. I am Phil KOE here at Big Buckin' Empire. And also you can find me at KOE Nation YouTube and Twitch. But no, folks, do not believe these rapscallions. Do not believe these ne'er-do-wells.
That is going to be Michael Moore's next documentary, An Inconvenient
Number 2. Don't believe all of this untruth here, folks. Yeah. Your King of Extreme would never do something so vile. But yes, you know, there's some vicious, vile accusations out there. But this one takes the cake. But
sorry. I just had to kick it off that way. We'll do proper interjections, of course. Chicken, I'm chicken. I'm drinking Crown and Coke. Tony, welcome.
Thank you. I am enjoying a dram of the Glenlivet Captain's Reserve single malt Scotch finished in cognac casks.
What's soon to finish, or is that the one that's going to replace the 12-year?
No, the Founder's Reserve will replace the 12-year eventually.
I forgot to mention in my giggles, I will be cracking into Woodford Reserve Master Distiller Series. I picked up a bottle of this for Phil and myself here about a month ago, and haven't cracked into it yet. And this it looks so fucking nice on my shelf. I gotta open it.
Cracked into mine yet? We might get into something. We might see, but
we might.
Folks, we have a lot of stuff going on this evening, and this evening I'm in a little bit of a different mood. I'm drinking cognac. I'm drinking Hennessy, very special old pale, VSOP on a giant ice cube.
Fair enough. I wanted to do my normal big giant ice cube because I knew I was going to jump into a new bottle. I go to crack them open. Guess what?
You didn't fill them back up.
No. This is even better. So my wife works at a daycare. So guess what she's doing? She's making dinosaur eggs. She's putting plastic dinosaurs in my fucking ice balls and freezing them. And I go to open it up and I see a fucking little like brontosaurus inside my ice cube.
Yes!
And I'm like, fuck. What the
I would
fuck
have used
is
it
this?
anyway.
I thought about it, but I
should have.
I still might, maybe. I don't know. But
how's it taste?
I just
it
looked
tastes
at
like the Precambrian era.
I'm picking
it'd be so great.
Oil.
Yeah, I'm tasting plastic, and all of a sudden the little thing comes out, rawr, bites me in the.
You know, it is ironic that plastic toys, they're made out of petroleum, so a little plastic dinosaur toy could actually potentially be made out of an old dinosaur.
Isn't that fucked up?
Welcome to creation, bitches.
all those dino chicken nuggets, the chicken nuggets shaped like dinosaurs, technically there's a part of dinosaur in there. So really, dinosaurs do taste like chicken, and they are as they're shaped.
Yeah.
God, how weird did that
Welcome
be?
to episode 99, everybody.
I was about to say,
the one before 100.
Oh, we're one away. One away. We are episode 99. So basically, we're like that load screen in the movie where we're at 99%. We're just like ready for 100, but we're not quite there. Here we are,
buffering.
Folks. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, buffering. Speaking of buffering, this is pre-recorded, folks, so apologize. As normal, we will be back for episode 100 live next week, but that doesn't mean you have to stop and slow down. Drink along with us as the drinking words scrolling across the screen down below 100. Police, anti-vax, and Tony's kids are not there, so we're counting on the pugs to get us to drink tonight.
Yeah, as Phil found out the last couple times he came over and recorded some videos, they're almost more distracting. So anything could happen.
Yeah, Phil, we will see.
Phil?
Yeah.
Did you get anything on your pant leg?
No, nothing like that.
Just checking.
Not from the bugs.
Not from the bugs.
Extra laundry tonight.
Oh, speaking of you, should we jump into our first story?
Yes, let's get right into the grossness. What do we got, Chicken?
We're gonna go to New York City. That's
wow.
That beats pug jizz.
Yeah, it sure does. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio that's a fake name, by the way. I can't remember his real name, but de Blasio is not his real name.
Yeah, they all got fake names.
Yeah.
Now the funniest one to me is Pete Buttigieg. He chose that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, who in their right mind chooses that?
Like, yeah.
Does he not know that the internet exists and people like
I know, right?
People?
Yeah.
Spell that right now. Spell Buttigieg. Or pronounce it. Christ.
Butti and then some more. Yeah. G. Yeah. No, I can't do it. So yeah, that one kind of shocked me.
It's but I geek. But I geek.
But I geek.
Is
the but I geek. Sounds like somebody was drunk.
I mean, like, that's one of those, like, now again, some people get to choose their name. The actor Vin Diesel did it right. What do you want your name to be?
Yeah.
Vin Diesel. Like, okay, yeah, he did it right. You had the chance to do that and you didn't try to Vin Diesel yourself? Come on now. You could have come up with like Max Destroyer or some crazy shit. You could have had some fun with that.
Other than calling himself Vin Diesel and choosing a good family, there's not a lot of other good decisions he's made.
It sounds like they went to WWE.
I don't know. We had to wait till the 9th movie to introduce
your Braun Strowman.
We called you Strong Man.
Yeah.
But no. I don't know about all that family shit. I mean, it took 9 movies for him to even introduce us to his brother. How important is family really to this guy?
Okay. Hold on. We brought up Braun Strowman. Jesus God, did I just lose it? Oh my God, this was going to be brilliant. I just lost the thought. Fuck.
Strong Man.
Oh yeah, Strong Man. The Macho Man on South Park.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What was his name on there? Oh damn it. What did he call him?
Strong Woman, wasn't it?
It was Heather.
I thought it was Strong.
Yes. No,
was it Heather?
The girl.
Yeah, Macho Man's name in that show was Heather, I think. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. We're talking about the Strong Woman competition.
Yeah, it was a Strong Woman competition. Okay, that's where my head was. All right, I had to play that thought out. Sorry. Shit, we didn't even finish reading the fucking article's title.
No. Welcome to the show, folks.
This is going to be fun. Indeed. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio will mandate COVID vaccines for certain indoor activities. So here they are, folks. People said this wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen. Every time we call it out on this show or on Twitter or on Facebook or anywhere, everybody's like, oh, you're exaggerating. Nobody will ever do this. There's no way this would happen. The order goes into effect August 16th with full enforcement in September on the 13th to be specific.
So wait. So 13th of September, but I thought we were 2 weeks to flattening the curve.
Again? I've heard that somewhere.
We're on the 500th day of 2 weeks to flatten the curve. So
if
literally
this is something that's necessary and this is something that's important, why are we waiting 5 weeks to do it?
Yeah, like why aren't we doing it? Like it's one of those
because you need time to get your shot.
It's ridiculous no matter how you want to look at it. It's absurd no matter what angle you want to look at it. So there is no way Bill de Blasio comes out looking good here, and he's on his way out. I don't think he can run for re-election, and so this is his this is his swan song to the establishment. See, I love you, establishment. He's doing the Stewie. Establishment. You always know what's best. That's what Bill's doing right now.
Yep, he is unable to run for a third term due to term limits.
Absolutely.
Hey. Goodbye.
So anyway, story reads, de Blasio mandated inoculations for a range of indoor venues and at a news conference Tuesday morning, requiring proof of vaccination from employees and customers of indoor eateries, gyms, and entertainment centers. The order goes into effect 16th, blah, 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 to the 13th, when it's fully in, when, in quotes, when you hear those words, I want you to imagine the notion that because someone's vaccinated, they can do all the amazing things that are available in this city, de Blasio said, of the key to New York City pass. So if you want to come enjoy New York City and live as a free American, you got to do this first.
What? I'm sorry, I got so sleepy listening to all that bullshit.
Yes, lots of bullshit. I can smell it.
Oh, there's something. There's something I just wanted to bring up with when you bring up the what's it called, Chicken? The what to New York?
He calls it the key to New York City pass.
And it's if you want to be able to basically go out, buy, sell, or trade.
Do stuff. Yeah.
Now, I'm curious. Maybe you might have heard this before, but I'm just going to bring up a kind of an old source here. You might have heard of it, but so that no one can buy or sell unless he has the mark, that is the name of the beast, the number of its names, Revelations 13:17. Just thought I might want to bring that up here, folks.
Is that the new Stephen King book?
Yeah. That's what he's talking about.
If it'll get folks out there to read it, yes, it was. It absolutely is. So, yeah. But sorry for the spoil. Sorry about the spoiler alert, there, folks.
It's a water bottle monster.
It's the dinosaur coming out of my glass ice. Yeah.
Oh shit! We did give him a new idea.
Wow, that one would work. But Lord, so the key to New York City, you need this thing. Now, okay, I don't mean to get personal here.
Finally becoming a reality.
Wait. This is great.
Well, if I may, just real quick. My grandfather was a World War II veteran. He was distinguished in his service. He had a Purple Heart in the Battle of the Bulge, and he always said one of the things that he was fighting against was the idea of, do you have your papers with you, citizen? Like that was one of the central ideas that the greatest generation was going to war against. And here we are in this year of our Lord 2021, and this is being implemented at home. Scary times.
Scary times indeed. Reading on in the story, shortly after de Blasio's conference, National Restaurant Association expressed support for increased vaccinations, but the organization, which says it represents 500,000 food establishments, said the mandate would be burdensome to enforce and result in significant changes for restaurants moving forward. Quote, Checking vaccination status isn't like IDing a customer before serving them a drink. Staff received training on how to do that. Larry Lynch, the group's senior vice president of science and industry, said in a statement, quote, now, without training, our staff members are expected to check vaccine statuses of every customer wanting to eat inside the establishment. So they're going to be held liable and responsible, I'm sure, if they let somebody go through on accident. This is no different than selling tobacco, alcohol, or a firearm to somebody with the improper identification. It becomes responsibility of the establishment at that point to understand how these passes or whatever the fuck, these papers that they have to present, these IDs in quotations. No, they're absolutely right. How do you read these? How do you know what's fraudulent? How do you know what's fake? And why the fuck should they even have to fucking like look at this and acknowledge it? Honestly.
Yeah, this is one of those that good luck to this in court. We already know it's going to get slapped down in the courts, but we also know that it's going to take 3 to 6 months for a case to actually get before a judge that actually knows whether to shit or wind their watch when it comes to this case when they look at it. So that's the whole point. Is it's going to judge shopping is a very real thing in our legal system. For those who do not know, it's basically the basis of our modern legal system is shop for the judge that will agree to you. That's why that one judge in Hawaii was always overturning Trump stuff. And now Biden, gotta give him credit. He's been jumping just to the line of where he thinks, okay, I don't think any judge in the country is going to challenge this. I don't think he gets right up to that line, but he doesn't go across it. So that's, give it time, folks. Yeah. So that's where this starts to get pretty scary. And I'm shocked that this is like, there hasn't been more pushback against this, but de Blasio's on his way out, thank Christ. And this is,
I think that's the only reason there's not as much pushback, is everybody knows this is going to be temporary, and there's already talks of massive lockdowns coming in future weeks. So I think everybody's like, well, what's the fucking point? They're going to just lock it down anyway. So he's just getting ahead of the game, showing us what this is going to look like. I don't know. I saw like Cernovich and a couple other guys on Twitter, saying, like, all kinds of shit about this and how horrible it is and how people should be standing up and fighting against this. But like, I don't know if this one's the hill to die on. These people live in New York by choice at this point. Maybe not everybody, but a good chunk of them.
New York was the cesspool of COVID last summer.
Well, and it still is. Crime is rampant, fucking everything. Even Michael Malice, the guy that's like all for anarchy and lawlessness, got tired of the anarchy and lawlessness that's happening in New York, and he moved to fucking Texas. So that should tell you something.
Ouch. Now, Tony does raise a good point, is that New York was the place that A, was kind of an epicenter for COVID, and B, here's the fucking biggin, and I'm holding up my middle finger for this one because this one's the biggin. They actually are probably the most criticized state for not having done enough, had bungled their attempts when they tried, and had actually zigged when they should have zagged instead, and did a lot of like, is there anybody being more criticized in the country for their COVID response by actual Americans? I don't want to hear about the people who give like Emmys and the people who write for the New York Times, but actual Americans, has there been anybody more criticized than the government of New York? No. People tried to criticize Florida, but their numbers actually aren't all that bad. California, as much as you want to criticize them, they did shockingly well for how populated a state they are. So, yeah, I mean, you can even look among other Democrat states, and they did better than New York. So that's, I think, the other reason why these hard lockdowns, well, we have to look like we're doing something, even if that something is completely wrong and in some cases horrifying.
Sorry.
So is this your? I was about to say, is this your show, guys? I'm just curious. Like,
I'm sorry. I'm sniffing a.
Did I just drop one? Like, oh no!
I'm sniffing this new Woodford Master Distiller series. Oh,
I'm sure. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm at a loss for words at the moment. But no, this. Okay, yeah, more people should be upset about this. This, God forbid, this continues any further geographically. Like, hopefully no other cities try to pick this up. Phil, I think you made the point that the only reason California hasn't done it is because of Newsom's fucking issues right now. Otherwise, if it wasn't for that, they would probably be on board with this too. But they're a little distracted, and it sounds like Bruce Jenner or Caitlyn Jenner. Sorry about that, folks. Is running out of campaign funds, so we don't.
Nope, you fucked up. No,
what?
Can't do it.
What?
You got to take it back.
That's it.
You got to take it back.
That's the whole show now.
It's over.
Anyway,
we didn't make it.
Sounds like
Caitlyn Jenner.
Sounds like no, we're not cutting that up. Fuck that. That was funny.
My pugs barked. So drink.
Oh, drink. Oh yeah, I get my first drink now. Mm-hmm.
You fucking asshole! God damn it! I took a drink and I clicked on the private chat where I asked, "How do I look?" Chicken said, "Sexy." I almost spit it out.
Woo!
So what do you make of that, Woodford? You know how much we do love our Woodford here at the Big Fucking Empire.
It was worth it. Holy shit, this is good. Even Tony will like this. It's got a little kick to it.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Is it sweet or all heat?
No, it's sweet. It's sweet and heat.
It's
not too much heat though. I don't like a ton of heat, but like it's still there. The heat's still there. Just a little bit. Just a little tingle. Still just hanging on.
Okay.
You're gonna love this. This is good stuff.
Good. Well. Well, so get your ass over here.
All right, yeah. Get your ass over there.
Right in the middle of something, Phil.
Put it back on your pants.
So, Bill de Blasio, he sure sucks shit, doesn't
he? Yes.
Bringing it back, folks. Bringing it back.
So
no, wait. What were we talking about?
Anything else?
Bringing up Bill de Blasio sucks shit.
Anything else about de Blasio, or should we move on to the other shithole in New York?
Yeah, let's. This one's going to be a little more delicious.
This one is way more delicious. This is one of those ones you almost feel bad about laughing at, and you're like, finally, yes, fuck yes. You like cheered when you saw it, because we cheered when we saw the other 15 fucking articles like this, and we're hoping this is the final nail in the coffin, because El Presidente has jumped on board. Biden calls on Cuomo to resign after bombshell sexual harassment report comes out today, August 3rd. President Joe Biden.
Like a year ago?
No, this is just out today. The stories are from a year ago.
Because I could have swore we were talking about this like a year ago.
We were.
Yeah, we were. But as much as I hate to say, when a Democrat president signs on to it, all right, folks at home, I just got one thing to say. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Yep, we got him. Like, that's it. It's Cuomo, pack up. You're done. Like, this is it. Like, you've hit the wall now. Like, we've all been waiting for it, but yep. Now Trump called on Cuomo to resign, but again, Republican calling on a Democrat to resign is just a Republican doing their job that day. Okay,
yeah,
so that's not
gives you another term if a Republican has the audacity to do that.
Yeah. In heavy blue districts, actually, yes, you're right, T. That's just that's almost like Cuomo's like, oh, thank God. Oh man, I was afraid I was gonna have to campaign there for a minute. But
yeah, I might have to actually listen to these 11 women.
But
anyway,
so 11, Tony, that seems like a lot.
It does, Tony. I think the last time we talked about Cuomo, it was up to 6. Was it 6 or 7?
It's almost like this has been going for a while. I hate to beat a dead horse here, but
we kind of talked about it for like 3 weeks in a row, and we're like, oh, now it's 4 women. Oh, now it's 5 women.
Yeah.
And then by the end of that night, it was like 7. Like,
did I like go into a Rip Van Winkle deep sleep and just not? Did I miss a bunch of stuff? I don't understand. You'd think we would have been hearing about this for the last year.
Yep. If you were here at the Dog and Chicken Show, you have been. For those just listening, we have the story pulled up. Key points for this story. President Joe Biden called on Democratic New York Governor Andrew Cuomo to resign Tuesday following a report that said Cuomo sexually harassed 11 women. Quote, he should resign, Biden told reporters at the White House. Asked whether Cuomo should be removed from office if he refuses to resign, Biden said, I understand the state legislature may decide to impeach. I do not know that for a fact. End quote.
Can you read that last one again there, just real quick?
Asked whether Cuomo should be removed from office if he refuses to resign, Biden said, end quote, I understand the state legislature may decide to impeach. I do not know that for a fact. End quote. I'm sure it sounded. I'm sure I can finish for a little more.
The state senate can impeach, but no, when
state legislator here, fat, trying to impeach
Donald
Trump's your president. I mean, I do not know that for a fact.
How much do you suppose Andrew Cuomo has to be shitting a chicken right now when he reads this? Because it's one thing, like. Not only did he say, not only should he resign, but, hey, the legislature can impeach, and that's the president of your own party coming down on you.
Yep.
Like,
what
I wouldn't give to
he
be
said
a
the
fly
other
on a
day.
wall.
One thing he said the other day to reporters, which he's absolutely, this was after I think he said the whole, like, the children drinking children's blood thing. Right after that, he said, I am the Democratic Party, which was like horrible timing to say that. But he's right. He is, in this context, he is the Democratic Party. So
oh boy. But yeah, like now again, get away with it. Regardless of what method it is that Cuomo's going down, couldn't happen to a nicer guy. What can I say?
Yeah.
What can I say?
This is all well-deserved recognition. Couldn't be happier.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Here we go. There's a 165-page report which comprises of interviews with 179 witnesses and reviews of tens of thousands of documents. Also said that Cuomo's office was riddled with fear and...
How many?
All right. Let me read it again. There's a 165-page report which comprises interviews of 179 witnesses and a review of tens of thousands of documents. Also said that Cuomo's office was riddled with fear and intimidation and was a hostile work environment for many staffers.
179 witnesses? Tens of thousands of documents?
Yes.
I'm going to say it one more time, folks. We've been saying this shit for a year. But no. You're right. There are more important things to do, like yell at people for not wearing the fucking cloth and shame people for not getting stabbed with a fucking needle. And there's an election. And, we just don't have time for all this allegations. It doesn't matter that there are 179 fucking witnesses. Are you fucking kidding me?
Tony, welcome to political power. Remember that Sin City speech? Power doesn't come from a badge or a gun. It comes from lying big and getting everybody to believe it. When you can get somebody to say something they know isn't true, you got them by the balls. And there you go. The Cuomos have had New York by the balls for several generations now.
Let's go back in time at the beginning of COVID, because Cuomo was actually one of the only Democratic governors that actually was like, hey, we're not going to take rights from our citizens. Like the first 2 weeks of like potential lockdowns, he was one of the ones that was like, no, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. And then when shit hit the fan in New York and cases went crazy high and deaths started going crazy, that motherfucker never came back after that. He flipped that switch 180 and was like, fuck you. You do what I tell you to, or you're all going to die. And if you don't want to die, and you don't do what I tell you to, fuck you, I'm going to kill you. Like, so here's my biggest problem with this. Nothing against the 11 women accusing him of anything. Nothing at all against them. But he potentially killed and more than likely did kill, just like without saying it, 15,000 fucking people during COVID by being irresponsible with the information and putting people into nursing homes. Like, at what point is he going to be held accountable for that?
I think we're seeing it finally.
Thank you, 11 women. Thank you, 11 women, for speaking your truth and coming out. But seriously, is wokeness what's going to take this fucking guy down? I hope it's not that. I really hope that there's some real strong claims there. I really hope his staff went against him. And I fucking hope this guy burns in hell for what he did. He is one of the most, through all of COVID, all the shitty, terrible things we've seen, from fucking child suicides to fucking grandmas not being able to see their fucking families for their last fucking like days over this goddamn virus that's gone through. I hope this fucker burns in hell. This is unforgivable. Anybody who has ever sided with this guy in any of these shitty decisions, unforgivable. Unforgivable. This guy is dirt beneath my toes.
It's amazing to think back, because if you listen to some of our, yes, indeed, here.
Yeah, I mean, like, sorry.
Motherfucker spitting. But if you listen back to some of those first...
How dare you not thumbs up this video after Chicken just dropped that? If you're listening, you better thumb zip this after Chicken just started spitting them truths.
So. Not only that, but you should also like, share, subscribe. But it's interesting if you go back and listen to some of our first live shows, especially when we talk about him, because we were ready to write him in as the next fucking president at the beginning.
He had it.
He was red hot. He had a huge approval rating. He looked like $1 million on a headline. And boy, like you said, the fucking 180 that he took was just insane. And here we are. And then the fucking allegations started coming in. The deaths started piling up. And it's a year later. Again, this is a fucking year later. And we're just now getting around. But I'm sure glad it took till August for Biden to come around on this one.
You know, we had to give him a chance to kill another 15,000.
Well, yeah, exactly. We had to make sure those first 100 days we got all the executive orders out of the way.
I think
insulin unaffordable again.
Like, even the most devil's advocate position that one could take, you have to unambiguously say that the hospital issue, the nursing home issue in New York, is unambiguously Cuomo's fault. Like, even if you still happen to be one of Cuomo's biggest supporters, you have to come to terms with the fact that is unambiguously his fault.
Yeah, and there's empirical evidence behind it too. I mean, there were several other states with similar positions. So Florida was almost an identical position. They did the exact opposite because DeSantis made the decision that, no, that sounds really stupid. Why would we put sick people in with our most vulnerable? No, we're not going to do that. And he didn't have the same problem. It was almost like the data streams and the population wise and the density. There was a lot of similarities there when you compare it across the country and the timing that it all hit. And you see two opposite positions on it, and you get totally opposite outcomes.
Yeah, DeSantis, on the other hand, is one of the few governors that is kind of unambiguously seen as having handled COVID well. Like, there's nobody that did perfect. You can't get perfect in one of these situations, but he's one of the folks that is seen as, I think he's at least viewed as one of the governors that handled COVID the best out of anybody in our country.
I agree. So
we'll see how
the most attacked by the media.
Well, that just means that you're doing something right. It's like Winston Churchill says, like, oh,
It's like
good.
one of those.
I
got this.
Oh, good. You have enemies. That means at some point in your life, you stood up for something that actually you believe in. So, yeah, if you got enemies and people that hate you, that just means at some point you stood up for something that you believe in. That's all.
Kind of like a moderate. Thanks, Phil.
If that's what you interpret from that, sure.
Hey, you're the one that you said it. You said it. If I'm pissing off everybody, I'm doing something right. That's essentially what you just said.
By trying to agree with everybody, that's moderate.
Thank you, Phil.
Yeah, trying to agree with everybody. That's standing up. Yep.
Yes. Yes.
To wrap up some of the Cuomo
He's
stuff
biting
here.
that coin in the third place spot right now.
Oh boy. Wrapping up some of this Cuomo stuff here. So the White House press secretary Jen
he's
Psaki,
doing that. He's doing that for himself quite well. He's wrapping up his shit in New York.
Oh yeah,
quite well.
he is. Anyway, Jen Psaki's got to jump in on this with her just.
Thank God. I was waiting.
No.
Look at a picture of her, and then look at a picture of Chucky the doll, and you won't be able to unsee it.
Yeah, we'll do that next. So message. What the hell? Where was I? Press Secretary Jen Psaki said the White House's message to Cuomo's accusers was that all women who, quote, have lived through this type of experience deserve to be treated with respect and dignity. Thanks, Jen Psaki. Because only women that have been through this type of experience need respect and dignity from the White House, apparently, because I thought all Americans should get respect and dignity from the fucking White House.
Now, hang on. Hey, guys. I need to be quiet. Do you hear that? That was the sound of Cuomo just being thrown under the bus. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Like we just the foot. Like, yep, that's it. We're done with you, Cuomo. So,
well, basically, yeah. If Jen Psaki condemns you, you're fucked. Like,
I gotta take this.
There's nobody more important or enthralling at a podium than that woman. My God, what an inspiration! I hang on every single word she says. Such an inspiration.
I'm gonna look up the Psaki and Chucky picture real quick since Phil brought that up, and he had to go take a phone call real quick. Of course, I have to look it up on DuckDuckGo because it is obviously blocked on Yahoo and Google apparently. So
the two reviews.
Apparently, I just tried on both and I could not find it.
Weird. It's almost like they censored. No, I don't want to.
No,
we wouldn't know anything about that.
No.
I love YouTube. Like it's basically the best tool I have at my disposal every day. And really, if I didn't have it in my life, what would be the point? Honestly, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. I'd probably just be out here in Amish country, churning butter and wishing of times when it would return.
Okay, I haven't found it quite yet, but this one is pretty good. Wow. That one's actually horrifying. That is horrifying, and then you got the
God,
why can't they?
Yeah. It is so tiny.
These pictures on here are fucking awful.
Yeah. Oh God, what is that one on the right?
Which one? This one?
Yeah, what is that? Jesus.
I think that's one of the newer versions.
Oh God, I don't know.
They gotta quit making Chucky versions.
No shit. Ugh. Stop remaking good horror movies. There are so many bad horror movies out there that have a good story that they could remake. Stop remaking the good ones into shit.
Jen Chucky. Apparently there's a Twitter, Jen Chucky. I am not related to Chucky. Next person who suggests it's knifed.
I'm going to circle back and I'm going to get you.
Okay, do I have to type in Jen? Seen it before. Where is it? I can't find it on any of them.
Well, she must have gotten wind of it and it's been circled back.
I imagine this is the look on her face every time she hears somebody talk shit about the. Every time somebody.
Oh no! Whoops.
Every time somebody talks shit about Biden, this is the look on her face.
I said we'll circle back. Sorry, no rest for the wicked. What can I say?
But, anyway, yeah, I'll get the picture. Yeah, that was fun. God damn it, where's my mouse?
So, yep, Cuomo's done. I never thought I'd live to see the day, to be honest. Like, I figured he was going to stay around
official.
forever.
It's not official.
I thought I'd live to see it. I thought it would be 2020 when we first started talking about all the allegations.
When it got up to 7.
Okay. This is kind of like
we need a dozen women.
A really bad marriage, and they're still like when you're still holding on and you don't want to quite like let go. I've seen it a dozen times, and it's like, well, okay, it should have probably ended like a year and a half, 2 years ago, but it just kind of had to play out. And what we're seeing here is basically like the storming out in the middle of the restaurant, splashing the wine in the face. This is the actual. This is the one. Like so. This is
leave it to the Democrats to go. Yeah, we really need to have the president step in and condemn this guy to really put the nail in the coffin. But we can't let Trump have that honor. Let's get our guy in, and then we'll tell him to do it.
Well, but like I said earlier, guys, when a Republican says a Democrat should. Yep. This is just a little thought experiment. Come with me, because I've heard this originally about the Pope, but I'm going to translate it here, because the original thought experiment is when the Pope says he believes in God, you're thinking, well, the Pope is doing his job again today. But then if you hear the Pope is starting to doubt the existence of God, you start to think, whoa, okay, he might be onto something. So because that's completely counter to his motivations. So when a Republican says a Democrat should resign, well, a Republican's just doing his job again today. But when a Democrat says a Democrat should resign, you start to think, well, maybe they might be onto something.
Yep.
Fair enough.
That's spot on.
And that segues right into the January 6th commission.
How? I don't know, but I'm riveted.
Let me just show you an image and you'll know. How dare you censor me, Tony? How dare you?
It's for your own
good. Do not censor me. Yeah, this is for your own good. So, okay.
This is one of 2 Republicans that voted to impeach Donald Trump along with Liz Cheney.
I thought that was one of the Capitol Police officers.
No, this is one of the guys on the commission that cried in quotations. I don't know. His actually seemed like a little bit more sincere than everybody else's. Definitely way more sincere than our friend Schiff. Adam Schiff's.
Oh Jesus! Yeah.
Oh God.
Well, okay, like he's like Mark Zuckerberg. He's the same machine that Zuckerberg's made out of. So it's like initiate tier sequence 3. Like so I don't think anything that ever comes out of Adam Schiff is anything but performative.
Yeah. Well, and nothing that we've seen out of these testimonies, I don't think was anything short of performative as well. This was the most. I see why everybody was like, nope. We already know what happened. We don't need a commission for this, because this is exactly what everybody thought it was going to be. They handpicked and selected certain people to testify that had obvious political leanings and were using rhetoric and flat out fucking lying at times.
Allegedly.
No. This is not allegedly. Here you go. This is an actual lie that came out of this. So Officer Brian Sicknick that we found had a stroke after the riots had ended. He did not get seriously injured at the riots. He texted his brother, said, I'm fine. I got a little bear mace. Everything's cool. And then wasn't until way later has a stroke, goes to the hospital and passes away. They flat out say in this testimony to have a moment of silence for our downed officer who was killed at the riot. It's a lie. It's a bold-faced fucking lie. These guys are not under oath. And then they were calling everybody who stormed the Capitol that day, at the Capitol, around the Capitol, in the Capitol, whatever, referred to all of them as terrorists. This language got very dangerous at certain times here. No matter what you think happened at the Capitol, you can be super upset about it. You can be mad at everybody who went in there. But to start calling people who believed in something stupid as a conspiracy theory and QAnon shit as terrorists starts getting a little dicey.
Well, yeah, it's very much trying. Those are basic dehumanization tactics.
Exactly.
These are terrorists. These are below contempt. They're scum of the earth. They are the other that you should be afraid of. And it, like, to me, whenever I keep hearing this, the only thing that keeps coming into my mind is that picture of that little grandma holding the flag.
Right. That's what I imagine too.
Yeah. So it's now what the worst thing that they could have done for this whole hearing was allow these officers to go on to CNN and MSNBC week after week after week and to get very angry and start yelling into the camera about, and this is because of Donald Trump. And let me tell, like, it got very political and they became political actors almost immediately. So once they sit down, you already know who they are. You know kind of what they're going to say. So they've already introduced themselves. Now, Tony, you know what I mean. They wasted their big CM Punk Road Warriors pop that they could have gotten with this. If they had not had them on television at all, this could have had a tremendous amount of impact. Now, the only people that are like, this is like testimonies, emotional, jarring, and at times damning. Now, do you notice that none of those words are anything measurable? It's just purely emotion fluff. Oh my God, that was terrible. That was scrumdiddlyumptious. That was, I think it was rather bland. I think it was like, do you notice that these are not terms that have any kind of measurability? And that's when you know that you're looking at attempts at to emotionally manipulate you, the audience. So that's, to me, when I see this, it's like, man, this was bungled in every way if they wanted to present this the way they wanted it to be presented, because now it's just another culture war issue. People have taken their sides and they've dug their heels in.
My favorite part is the headlines you're reading. I thought the exact same thing. I'm glad you said that, Phil. I was gonna say something similar to that, but this is Fox fucking News saying it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like I was on a Prime panel one time and they were asking, like, basically it was me versus 7 libs and I had to answer for American conservatism, and it was too funny.
As you
and
should,
I
you piece of shit.
Oh, I know, such a piece of shit I am.
How dare you?
I know, but what I said is, okay, this is how conservatives in America view the news. CNN is full of shit. MSNBC is full of even more shit and really stinky rancid shit, and Fox News is filled with slightly better smelling shit. That's really about it. So like, once you realize that, like, there's no, like, conservatives in America don't have this overarching love for Fox News. They're just slightly less offensive to them.
Phil, you're wrong, because Democrats say otherwise, and Fox News is a cult, so you're wrong.
Oh God. Well, if Democrats say it, then, well, the media will push it like it's truth, whether it is or not. So
there you have it.
Then there was this one point, obviously can't read any of this on there, but I had problems. I'm not saying this guy's lying. I just, with all the video footage that we seen that day, officer private first class Harry Dunn detailed his issues with racial slurs that allegedly happened to him at the time, and we're supposed to just buy this hook, line, and sinker. And I don't think that this would not have happened, but man, it sounded a little overblown. Now, this was like one of the first testimonies that we heard out of this. And like right away, I was like, oh my God, this is way over the top. So here's this quote. I'm a law enforcement officer. I do my best to keep politics out of my job. But in this circumstance, okay, let's pause. In this circumstance, which is certifying the vote for the most like fucking politicized and hotly contested election in American fucking history, we're certifying that vote. But he tries to keep politics out of his job. So he says, but in this circumstance, I continue. I responded, well, I voted for Joe Biden. Does my vote not count? Am I nobody? That's his quote on January 6th as
that did not happen. I'm sorry. Like, no.
It could have. It could have.
Like, okay, allegedly. But
it's the rest of this. It's the rest of this. That prompted a torrent of racial epithets. Dunn, who is a black man, said, one woman in a pink MAGA shirt yelled, you hear that guy? This N-word voted for Joe Biden. Then the crowd, perhaps around 20 people, joined in screaming, boo, F-word, N-word. Do you really believe that? All the cameras that day, all the footage that the fucking media has. We haven't seen that video yet.
Woman being, and I'm using this term very loosely because some smart people told me on the internet that I'm using it incorrectly, so I use it loosely. We watched a woman be murdered, quote unquote, on a cell phone camera video, actually from a couple different angles.
Yeah, her name was Ashley.
But we couldn't get video footage of that.
Name.
All the video footage that we saw during January 6th, how much of it was really as bad as they say that this all was? Because I don't really remember any scenes other than maybe outside when they were starting to push through and in some angles being let in. Come on. The footage doesn't add up. And you're just telling me, okay, well, you just didn't see it all. That was nonstop. It was nonstop footage.
It was nonstop footage.
Then release it all.
Yeah,
like they haven't released all the footage. If like, well, you haven't seen it all, release it all. It's really shouldn't be that hard. So, but
if there's footage of all these things that they're saying are horrible and these things happen, let us make up our own mind instead of having to take your word for it. Transparency has kind of been the fucking thing we've desired the most in the last 6 to 9 months, has it not? So let's try and do that. Well, I'm talking recent history. Yeah. Transparency has become even more important.
But but no, Tony, I don't think you're using the terms loosely at all.
What annoyed me?
Smarter people than I said I'm wrong.
What annoyed me with it wasn't the claims necessarily of what was said, what could have happened, all that. Like, I was interested to hear some of that testimony, but when that was one of the opening statements and it was very clear that this was just going to be an attack on anybody that had anything to do with it or doesn't think that this was as bad as the media has painted it to be. Now, okay, I'm just going to give you some stats here. Out of, I think it was 10,000 on one side and 7,000 on the other side. So roughly 15,000 plus to 15,000 to 20,000 people. 400 people have been arrested and charged with actually being in the Capitol. Okay. So put that into perspective as a very small chunk of a very large crowd. That said, to say that this whole thing to interject,
Tony just took off. Can't cancel me if I'm not on the screen.
Exactly. But to just immediately that early into these hearings, I think he was actually the first testimony to come up, go straight to racial claims, just like that. It's so hard to believe at that point in the world we live in.
It's a little on the nose, and it's one of those. It's too perfect.
Yeah.
So
there's no evidence of it.
Yeah. Now, this is now Chicken. I want you to keep this in mind. All right. So the term insurrection has been thrown around a lot for this.
I have no idea what it means anymore.
Well, there's a legal definition, and so I'm curious. Of the 400 people that have been arrested, how many have been charged with insurrection?
0.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to check. We'll check back on that in a few weeks and we'll see. But I just wanted to throw that one out there. Okay. All right. So yes, this was I've noticed all the people on the left, they're so hypercharged by this, the hearings and everything. And it's
I get it. I get being upset and charged with something, especially especially if somebody who really thought Donald Trump was as bad as they think he was. I get it. I get the fear. I get if they really thought that way, maybe like they were sucked into the media, whatever the case may be. I can see somebody like being that fervently scared watching January 6th happen to go, these people are gonna just destroy the country, and being really, really scared. I get it. I try to put myself into that mindset and into those people's shoes. I get it. But how, as a sane human being, can you not look at these commissions and these testimonies and not go, it's a bit over the top? This seems like a bit much. Like, anybody with a fucking peanut-sized brain can look at this and go, man, they really want to make this look worse than it was.
Well, so I've noticed, like, especially when I go into like Twitch panels and some of these political panels, in my opinion, some of the outrage is performative on the part of some of the folks.
For power. It's obvious.
Now, I'm just talking about when I go into Twitch panels and such, but I touched on this a few episodes ago. One of the reasons why this has to be considered so bad by those on the left is because all government, any government, it does not matter which government, can only govern if it has legitimacy. If it is considered, even now, as crazy as this is going to sound, you go to even like these crazy ass dictatorships around the world, if there's enough brainwashing in place, those people, to them, their government is legitimate. And so they still accept it. And so any government can only govern with legitimacy. Now, what January 6th did and what Trump did when he said, stop the steal and all that, is undermined the legitimacy.
Where's the stop button? He said stop the thing. Where's the stop button?
Gosh, sorry. We'll
canceled
later.
Canceled.
But yes, but when gosh, sorry. But when they were saying that, what that does is undermine the legitimacy of the newly elected government and undermines their ability to govern. And so for the left, that is one of the worst conceivable things possible.
Dun, dun, dun.
I don't know what happened.
Oh, don't worry. The stormtroopers will be coming to our houses very shortly. Don't worry, folks. So we'll be.
Do I hear the death march in the background?
But yeah, so folks, enjoy episode 100. We will be streaming live from Guantanamo Bay. We'll be zip tied. One of the guards will be filming us on his phone. Don't worry, it'll all be all right. So, yep, folks, this is don't you just love freedom of speech in America in 2021?
Be sure to check us out on our alt platforms. Working on getting on Rumble and BitChute, but they both suck balls. We're going to work on that, but also on DLive, looking at Odyssey and Tippy Stream. I don't know shit about Tippy Stream, but you can pay us money on Tippy Stream to make a comment. So I'm like, I don't know anybody who wants to do that, but jump on over. I'm going to try to make that happen. Time.
But yes, folks, you need to check out Big Buck and Empire on YouTube. Also, the Dog and Chicken Show on YouTube, the backup channel, because the stuff we say here is so spicy, so truth-filled that there's no way YouTube censors are going to let half of it through. But once in a while, a nugget of truth does slip through, and that's why you need to subscribe for when we drop these unbelievable crates of truth, basically like a loot box of truth right in front of you.
Phil, I said this earlier, and you must have missed it. You've got to understand how important YouTube is to our generation, to our society. It's essentially the most important tool in your day-to-day life. And I, for one, couldn't be happier that they're here to govern us.
Tony's basically doing that.
Wait,
and I, for one, welcome our YouTube overlords. The Kent Brockman.
Absolutely.
I, for one, welcome our new alien overlords. So that's. But yes, you can find us there at those, and also you can find me at KOE Nation on YouTube and Twitch.
Speaking of those hard truth fact bombs being dropped, stick around, folks. At the end of the show, I got a story that Tony and Phil are just gonna lose their shit over when I go through all the details of what's going on with a specific DA in St. Louis. stay tuned, folks. We're going to get to that here in a little bit.
All right.
Well, then this is the perfect time, real quick. I wanted to check in real quick. I think I saw a notification that one Tom was going live tonight, if you can believe that. What a rare treat that is. I know. I thought we'd check in over there at the Tomfoolery Show and see what's going on. Tom? Oh, shh. Guys, he's sleeping.
Yeah. Sleepy Tom.
Okay,
all right. So, we're back to the excitement, the fucking unbelievable energy, the epicenter of all knowledge that is Big Bucket Empire. All right, folks. Shake it off. We're here. So, Chicken, take it away, sir.
All right, Phil, thank you so much. And yes, absolutely, do check us out. All the platforms. We're not done with January 6th, though, folks. We got more. Now, we got to be careful here because we've already been shadow banned and actually stricken by the gods of YouTube for speaking allegedly. Anyway, we'll just jump right into this. A fourth officer. Is it 4 now or is it 5? Did we get up to 6 yet? Is this going to be? Is this going to be like Cuomo? Or are we going to end up with like 11 eventually?
Well, good. That means in a year we'll have like more.
Circling it back.
Great.
But no, I think like I'm just gonna go with the headline here. 4th. But this
what's it say above the headline?
I love
Insider.
President Trump.
Yeah.
It says
drink.
Damn bugs. Anyway, go ahead, Phil.
4th officer who defended the it's all gone.
No, it's coming back. It's coming back.
On January 6th has died by suicide. Like that's terrible. Like now 4 like that's
a lot.
Like, yeah. Now as I hate to say this, lot. I hate to.
Oh, that now, is guys, that is August 2nd. I think there's been another one since then.
No, I heard that there was 3, and then the 4th was when people start. Like, honestly, when the 4th one hit the headlines, that was when, I'll be honest, a lot of the Epstein talk started coming. That's when the conspiracy was like, internet, you didn't let me down. All right, so yeah, that was.
Dare you?
I know, but yeah, so that like
there was 2 in the last 2 days. There was 2.
And one was while he's driving, if I'm like, which like that was the one that like kind of started to lead to questions because that's just such an unusual. What? Yeah. One apparently one of these officers killed themselves while they were driving. So that is very unusual, folks. We'll see what comes of this, but yeah, 4 have committed suicide, and the internet's already a rumble. So like I don't know. Other than that, what else can really be added to this?
At what point does this not get chalked up to coincidence? Like this can't just be chalked up to like post-traumatic stress. What is going on here?
How many officers were there that day?
I don't know. There's quite a few, but like, yeah, I
maybe
gosh,
4,000.
Let us know in the comments if you happen to know. But yeah, I don't know the answer to that question. How many officers were there that day?
I just want to know if it's mathematically feasible that 4 within months out of, even if it's let's be generous and say it was 4,000. I don't think it was that many. So that's still less. That's a 0.1%. Is that?
Yeah, I'm like, now I get what you're getting at. Is that in line with standard national statistics? Like,
right.
So that would be a fascinating equation to punch out. But yeah, I'm not quite sure on that one. And evenings like these, I'll let the beautiful people of our amazing Big Bucket Empire audience and KOE Nation to punch out that arithmetic. Let us know. Fight it out in the comments, folks.
According to the Washington Post, 140 were injured and 38 police employees have tested positive for COVID. 81.
They got COVID. They got COVID. Stop. They got COVID.
Yeah. 65 also suffered injuries, including concussions. I'm just not.
I can't believe those fucking terrorists gave them COVID. Fucking son of a bitch.
Now I'm just that would be fascinating to know how many officers were there that day, because again, because that just sounds like again, just the minute you hear it, like 4 now. 4? Like what? Like everybody is doing the same. What the fuck is going on? Like why is this a thing now? And so I think it is right to ask these kind of questions. And yes, Chicken, if we find out that no, there was like 3,000 officers on the Capitol that day, it's like, okay, then that actually does start to fall into some sort of statistical. It wouldn't even be a statistical anomaly at that point, but I'm curious what we actually find there. So let us know in the comments. And Tony, it's his kids aren't interrupting. It's not the dogs interrupting. It is the fact that the internet is just being like knocked off one by one for each of us. Like Chicken's is going to go in an hour. Mine's probably going to go in 15 minutes.
Probably.
We're just spitting too much truth. And now we're getting to the point where we're just going to start having our internet cut in the middle of speaking truth. Hey, T. Whoa. All right. They let you speak a little more truth. Welcome back.
He's still in it. He's still in it. He comes back for more.
But I will say, every death is a tragedy, and it's so sad that these people felt the need to do that. But we will find out in due time what happened there. So, but yeah, to me, like, even if you want to say like, oh, they committed suicide because of January, like, I think that's too big of a leap. Suicide is a very individual choice from what I've seen in my experience, and to try and read somebody's mind into what they were thinking in that moment, there's no way you can do it. And those are the kind of mad mental equations that people spend their lives trying to tick away. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but we have no way of knowing why.
No.
What's the rate of suicides amongst veterans? I mean, you can't equate what one police force mob endured during January 6th to those who've actually been to war and seen action multiple times over years and years and years. I mean, given what the number of police officers that were present that day versus 4 apparent suicides, it just on the surface, the statistics just don't seem to add up.
Right.
Yeah, but like I'm really curious, because if we find out there was like 300 police officers on the Capitol that day, 4 is a tremendous number. But if there was 3,000, 4 is really not, like, honestly, I wouldn't be a bit surprised to find that that's kind of along the statistical average of the entire country. So like I said, it really just like, so Chicken raises an excellent question. How many were, like, if we find out it's like 3, 5, 800, then that's that really causes you to scratch your head. If it's like 2, 3,000, then it's like, well, gosh, I mean, like, then you need to start getting, like I just said, into the national statistical averages, and like there's a lot to get into on this. Tony, something
I got a little bit something. TMZ of all places.
Unfortunately, pretty reliable these days.
Yeah. Yeah. U.S. Capitol Police Department may have been able to thwart Wednesday's attempted coup if it had all hands on deck, but we've learned that they had less than 1/4 of the force working, despite multiple clear warnings the protests could turn violent, which we kind of heard whispers of this and stories of this. But Capitol Police sources tell TMZ 500 officers were working Wednesday. 500. With that backdrop, the Capitol Police are 2,200 strong, yet only 500 were on duty.
You said duty.
Wow. Now take everything Tony just said and juxtapose it with all the things I just said 3 minutes ago. Oopsies.
So if one more Capitol Police officer commits suicide, That's 1 out of 100.
Yeah, that's 1%.
Yep.
That's a massive number.
Yeah, that's wow. That kind of puts me back a little bit, gentlemen.
That's insane.
Huh.
In just a short, 7-8 months?
Yeah, that's not like I said, these are individual decisions and you never know what drives people to these. Like, you don't know what their interpersonal relationship status, you don't know what their debt status, you don't know what their financial status, you don't know what, like, are they somebody that's prone to a certain type of anxiety? Like, you don't know what their mental health status is. Yeah, their general health. Yeah. Like, so like I said, these are very
health, but general health. Yep.
Yeah. So, God, like, again, this is an unfortunate topic that has touched my life a few too many times. And from what I have seen, is it is an individual choice, and you cannot stare into another person's mind and know why.
Right.
So yeah, but prayers to the families. So sorry that you got to go through that.
Yeah. Well, on that note.
Yes, on that. So, Chicken, let's shift a slight gear here.
You ready to get your minds blown?
Yes.
Drop it.
Yes. All right. Let's go into it. All right. McCloskey's. Everybody knows that name. That's the pink sweater wearing guy in Missouri and his wife that were holding guns as BLM was going through a private entrance, broke the gates, never stepped foot necessarily on their property, but they were going down a private street. They did not engage. They did not fire. She did, and he did too. Neither of them were really practicing. You can tell they really haven't played with guns much.
They were muzzle sweeping everybody, but I loved their nicknames, the Suburban Commandos.
Yeah. So I'll start the story off with them. So the prosecutor that was trying to give them felony charges, which since they've pleaded to lesser charges, had the guns taken away, and everything's all over because he's running for Senate now. But beyond that, so this circuit attorney, Kim Gardner, St. Louis, she has been doing some fucky things throughout this whole thing. So she has actually been, I believe, disqualified from the McCloskey case before it ended because she used that case for fundraising, which she's not allowed to do in an active case. So that was kind of the first, whoa, hey, I get it. It's a grift. She tried to grift off of it.
Yeah.
But you can see, anybody that's ever had to have any experience in the criminal justice system can see how the potential for corruption in that is basically guaranteed if somebody can politically fundraise off of prosecuting you currently.
Yes. Yeah. But then there's more.
What? That wasn't enough?
Shit's gotten weird. July 25th, multiple murder cases dropped after St. Louis Circuit Attorney's Office fails to appear in court. Well, how the hell does this happen? Gardner Strand's accused and dereliction of duty by the police force who have issued with a Soros-backed prosecutor since day one. The list has grown to include members of the public, Gardner's former employees, and circuit court judge. Okay, so we can see down here the prosecutor never showed up to a hearing in May, June, or again in July 14th because she was on maternity leave. So what the office did was assign these murder cases that they didn't want to deal with, allegedly, possibly, who knows, to one of their junior prosecutors that was on maternity leave. So not only did, of course, the lady that's on maternity leave not show up for any of these, she left, I believe, May 10th, I think is what the article reads. And the first case was on May 14th. But then again in June, again in July, didn't show up to any of these three cases. So the judge said, well, fuck it. I guess the murder charges get thrown out. And so the guy gets to walk. This was a man, I think it says it here in the article, they had video evidence of the murder that he had committed. Like, this was this was a slam dunk case. This is a guy that's probably not healthy mentally to be on the streets and could pose a danger to others in the community. And this office allowed him to walk free. But hey, those damn commandos. What kind of commandos were they?
Suburban commandos.
Yes. How dare the suburban commandos walk free? This murderer, on the other hand, I'm going to let this pregnant attorney that's not even here right now take care of that, because I ain't got to make sure this guy in the pink polo, this suburban commander, goes and gets this damn felony charge.
No, I mean, like, to
horrible.
Me, like, just take for a moment. Imagine the mind fuck. Here, just for a second. Imagine the mind fuck that you're like some like vicious murderer. You're all in shackles. You're in court, ready to, hell, all right, I confessed, did it, and they got me dead to rights on film. And they uncuff you, open the door, and say you're free to go. Is this a trick? Like, can you imagine? Like, just imagine the mind fuck of the people that are there to see justice get carried out. Okay, you're free to go. Wait, what? Like, wait, you're just letting him out? What the fuck? And so, yeah, that's like, I'm just so now again. This is what happens when bureaucracy. Like, now I don't even get. So, are you telling me that people were forging someone's signature to make things happen here, or what?
So that's the wait. There's more to the story that comes, but yes. Do we have two Tonys? What is going on here?
We've got one.
Get rid of that one.
I don't know. My internet decided not today.
Not today, you guys.
You should just come down to Castle KOE. You know, what can I say?
Kind of. So anyway, yes, Phil. So they had requested for the evidence to be sent over to the defendant, so they could actually build their case and try to, make some kind of defense for this guy in this murder case. They never replied to any of those, but every time a new hearing was scheduled, it is said that they forged this pregnant woman's signature to accept that, yes, the case will move on. And not only this, I need to find the other article here. This is a common practice out of this circuit attorney's office in St. Louis, with multiple murder cases that have been allowed to be dropped. So this particular one that just happened with a 2020 murder, he was charged again and is now awaiting court again. And the office her office has been forced to post a statement here. I'm trying to find exactly what they said, it was like a, oh, fuck, sorry about that kind of response to it, which was very disturbing, to be honest. Let me see here. Jesus. Not finding that one. This is so disturbing, though. Like, we keep hearing about these DAs that are getting pushed in, that are just not charging people, and this is damning. This guy could have killed other people. Maybe maybe he was a one-up. I don't fucking know. I don't want to take that risk. I don't think the citizens of St. Louis want to take that risk.
Yeah, and remember when I was saying earlier about governments can only govern when they have legitimacy? If justice isn't just, then you lose legitimacy very quickly. And so that's why this has to be addressed. Like I'm flabbergasted. I'm gobsmacked by everything you're telling me here, Chicken. Like, this is... And these are the people that were trying to put them across in jail. Hey, you're getting 2 pills for the price of 1.
I can't even mute him. Okay, I think I muted him.
Yep, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah, you're getting 2 fills for the price of one there, folks. It's really the best deal in the history of ever.
I have no idea what the fuck's going on over there. Anyway, this story, prosecutor from St. Louis, attorney Kim Gardner, of course, here's the headline. Kim Gardner's office slammed for inexcusable conduct, high turnover, and dropped murder cases. Prosecutor St. Louis never showed up to court hearings in May, June, or again, Wednesday, July 14th, because she was on maternity leave. It goes back to that story there. More than 90 prosecutors have left this office since 2017. Some of those were career prosecutors, and they had spent their lives prosecuting murder cases. They leave the office. You replace them with younger, inexperienced lawyers, Pleben said. The inexperience of that particular individual is going to be a problem in getting a conviction. 90 lawyers have quit under her leadership, I guess. I don't know if you can define it as that. That's disturbing. Okay, St. Louis, fourth most dangerous city in America. Third, if you don't include what is it, the town in Puerto Rico, that's number 3. So in the bottom 48 in the mainland, St. Louis is the third most dangerous city when you look at like violent crime and death and shit like that. Don't you think you want to have a really fucking solid DA and circuit courts and you kind of want some good prosecutors?
I'll just settle for competent ones.
Yeah.
Like unfortunately, like this seems like this is shocking. There's a political connection to it, but because of as much as I hate to say, going after the McCloskeys kind of put a magnifying glass on all of this and exposed some real incompetence here. Like I don't know how else to put this. Like if you allow a murderer to walk free out of your courtroom, the only reason is incompetence. I'm sorry. Like knowing murder, one that confessed, you have the tape. I'm not talking about somebody who's like hired the Johnny Cochrans and the Robert Kardashians of the world and like have really fucking tried to fucking get off. I'm talking like you've got this guy dead to rights and he walks out your fucking courtroom. That is pure, simple incompetence. And you have people that with lawyers, they're the highest instance of something called imposter syndrome. It's an actual psychological phenomenon where people in high up positions feel that they're like an imposter and they're not really supposed to be there and they're not like actually qualified for it. And attorneys have that the most. And I think in this instance, we had some actual imposter syndrome drop on this particular DA office.
I think the worst part of this is that people don't have anything that they can believe in or trust anymore, because we know what people believe in and trust when it comes to the government, when it comes to entertainment industry, and really the justice system. If you I'm sure people or have very lowered expectations when it comes to the justice system pertaining stupid crimes versus horrific ones and the lack of justice that there really is. But if we start seeing just people get off of things because of blatant technicality, bullshit, mishandling from the Justice Department itself, that's a whole nother level of disappointment that the public can look at the Justice Department and go, oh, wow, we've sunk this low. Like the bar is already here. Now it's here. Why? This is another step into everybody just losing complete trust in everything around it. And it's just going to further divide.
Well,
yep.
You want to lose more trust?
Oh, this will be good.
So this this attorney that was out on leave, 30 felony cases while she was on leave were assigned to her, knowing she was not going to be able to do anything with them.
That's fucking ridiculous.
So we move from incompetence to it looks like something intentional.
Well, yeah. How else could you look at this?
You can't. That's just.
Let's get deeper into the
horrible incompetence, or that's just a blatant attempt to either ruin her or get somebody off and not have anybody be able to pinpoint which specific of the 30 that you were trying to specifically get off.
Yep. I mean, that kind of happened years ago here in Nebraska. A bus full of prison inmates was basically just let go. Like just the whole bus just stopped somewhere, opened the door, everybody walked out, and all 110 inmates just ran off. Now, there was just one person who probably paid a whole lot of money to make that happen, but you gotta have some surrounding to make it happen. So Tony, when you say that, that's the first thing that I thought of was that old prison bus here in Nebraska. And so, yeah, that's potentially one of the reasons. But to me, this does look intentional. If 30 cases on somebody that you knew was on maternity leave, there was an intent there. And, Jesus, looks like this is going to have to be investigated.
Yeah.
I would hope. Then
here,
don't let them do it though. Jesus.
I got one more. Just gonna keep piling stories on here. St. Louis lead homicide prosecutor quits after signature entered on cases while she was on maternity leave. Kim Archie began her maternity leave May 10th. This is the one we've been talking about. But someone put her digital signature on at least 20 homicide cases, including one that led to the release of a suspect.
Oh, so digital signatures now? So, wow, there's a lot of potential for fraud right there. So, is the allegation that this was done
after
without her knowledge?
Yep.
Okay, so she's potentially... Is she a victim or a suspect in all of this? Because unfortunately,
she was on maternity leave, so she was not at work and not doing any of her clerical duties in any way, shape, or form.
I'm just trying. I'm just trying to look at this as an investigator, trying to Sherlock Holmes this because the players involved are the only people that you know of at this point. And so, I'm trying. It looks like she had nothing to gain from all of this. It's looking like, and it's looking like she had a lot to lose. I wonder who was patsying. I wonder who. That's because
she has not been able to be reached for comment at this
and nobody's gonna come down hard on her because she was on maternity leave. And so it just got lost in the shuffle, and they never thought these kind of articles would ever be written, I'm sure. Whoever, whatever, however this is intended for. Now, this is one of those where, yes, this is an actual conspiracy. Two people conspiring outside of the public's purview. We will find out in due time, though. So that
could
is
be 2, 1, or even more. But the fact of it is this is a clear-cut case of what everybody's been saying about the DAs in our country, especially in these larger cities, these crime-ridden cities that are having tons of problems, that are allowing chaos. They're not charging criminals with crimes. They're letting them walk free on technicalities any way, shape, and form they can. This is just the most egregious that we've seen so far that's actually been investigated. And I guarantee you the only reason this has been investigated is because it's in Missouri, which is a red state, and there's people that are going to start asking goddamn questions of their largest city in that state. Otherwise, nobody would probably give a shit about any of this, but St. Louis is the charm of Missouri for some damn reason. I don't know why they can't just annex it and cut it off and let some other I don't know what states to the east of it, let them have it.
Waka waka.
Waka waka. But no, seriously, this is grotesque, disgusting. You live in a small town, medium town, city, whatever the case may be. Think of it. Take every detail of these stories out and just say someone got killed by somebody else and it was caught on videotape. The guy gets arrested, and after 3 court dates, the people you elected to run the office to prosecute that person did jack shit.
Let him go. They did less than jack shit. They did the opposite, actually. They let him go.
And and forge signatures, and you find out all this extra shit's going on. Then you find out all the people that have worked in that office that have held the rule of law to a high standard. 90 of them fucking left. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I think this one's going to need to be cracked open. I think, unfortunately, and nobody likes to hear this, but I'm afraid this particular DA's office is now going to have to be put under the jurisdiction of a federal judge. And he's going to have to look through the books. He's going to have to look through everything. He's going to have to send his that's like, there's really no other way to figure out what the fuck went on here. And so what goes on in the dark eventually comes to the light, folks.
All right, I think we have Tony coming back here.
Oh, all right. I sure hope so. So, yes.
When he comes back, just be like, holy shit, chicken, I can't fucking believe that's what the, like, just act super fucking shocked. It'll be great. It'll be a good time. No,
it'll be the best.
It'll be the best time ever. Those are all the stories I think I have tonight. Is there anything else we wanted to touch on?
Oh, there's a couple of things. You can head on over to KOE Nation on YouTube, and you can check out. I finally got the complete audiobook reading of All Tomorrows. I'm really happy about that. Definitely check that one out. But yes, KOE Nation, YouTube, and Twitch. Also, you can check all of us out at Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast on YouTube, and now also Spotify, and also Big Buckin' Empire. We are forever expanding. Of course, we've got YouTube. Of course, we got Dog and Chicken Show as the backup channel on YouTube. Of course, we got Big Buckin' Empire on Facebook, and we got Big Buckin' Entertainment on Twitch. But Chicken, there's some plans to expand, is there not? And I'm curious, sir, what are these expansionary plans that you have to make the Big Buckin' Empire a truly global power?
Any alt tech platform that we can get our shit on. So looking at trying to stream to Rumble, trying to work out the kinks there, even just to upload to Rumble. I think I have that figured out. BitChute, we've always had a BitChute, but BitChute's such a pain in the ass to upload to. But we're going to suffer through it, and we're going to find a way to make it happen, because here's the deal, folks. I'm going to be honest with you. We just got to be real. YouTube's not going to last forever. Small content creators like us are not going to last forever. We're either going to be just shoved into the fiery depths of hell and kicked off of these platforms and shunned from down the memory hole. So we got to have somewhere else to go, somewhere else to stream. So the one place I know for sure that we are streaming live outside of YouTube, even when we are a band. So just plan on doing this, because we're going to get banned again. Eventually, we're going to get a 14-day eventually. We'll get, who knows, we might get kicked off for good someday eventually. We got those backup channels to help out with that. But D Live, you can watch every other Thursday live, 100% guaranteed. We will be streaming live on D Live. So Big Buckin' on D Live is the easiest way to find. But otherwise, BitChute, Rumble, it'll all be Big Buckin'. We're just going to just keep the same name. We can always change it later, because, until you get whatever, so many subscribers, you don't have to do anything with it. I can always change it anytime we want to. So we'll just keep it same all the way across the board. If you have suggestions for alt tech, though, let us know. Maybe there's something we hadn't heard of. Like, I'm playing with Tippy Stream. I don't know how it works. It's weird. It's like it wants me to act like I'm a Twitch streamer, and it's like, and every time somebody makes something look like Twitch, I just like cringe, and I don't want to do it.
And that, folks, is a journey that we're going to do right here at Big Buckin' Empire on all of the platforms, and you can follow it right here. Are you a content creator that wants to know, how do I expand my platforms? Well, join us on this journey. We will go there with you. You will find out where are the spots that you need to go to spread that fishing net as wide as you can. And we're going to do it here together with a little bit of fun, a little bit of class, a little bit of charm, a little bit of humor. And Tony, gee, how are we doing? How has Windows 95 been treating you this evening?
Fuck me. This is horse shit.
Well, so
and
Tony,
he's back.
Hi, T. So,
Oh
and
my
also,
God.
Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast on YouTube and Spotify. But so, well, T, welcome back, sir. Any last final thoughts? And oh, yes, and Chicken, by the way, dude, while he was gone, that was fucked up. Like, I've never heard anything like that in all my fucking existence. That was like,
Tony missed the most epic part of the story.
I know, like, you know, I thought like the St. Louis stuff was big, but then when you took it to the next level, I'm gobsmacked, flabbergasted, speechless. I don't even know if we'll even be allowed to play that. It was so controversial, but we'll see what happens in the future. But Tony, after that, like, I don't even know what to say. There's really nothing to say after that. T, anything you'd like to say to these beautiful, beautiful people out there?
Hopefully I can come up with something better than my goddamn Windows 95 AOL free trial disc internet for next week's live show, because this is bullshit. Hey, Glenwood, get your fucking head out of your ass. You said like late spring. We're almost to the fall. Get this shit done. Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
So, all righty. Well, Tony, just come on over to Castle KOE and all will be well next week. It'll all be fun. But hey, Chicken, Tony.
Hold on real quick. Tony, I fucking told you so.
Okay, let's squash this bullshit right here real quick. Here's the thing. I'm not going to pay $300 a month for some stupid fucking internet connection when most of my internet goes to goddamn YouTube for my kids. Why would I do that? And what is my other option? Windstream, which sucks ass, that I had for like 10 fucking years. It's goddamn dog shit. Or this one, the one that everybody told me to fucking get for like 5 goddamn years. The second that I go to actually try to get it, guess what? They get bought out. They get fucking bought out. And they're like, oh, I don't know, it's going to suck until we get our fiber optics in. Like, well, great, fiber optics. That sounds awesome. It's been a fucking year. Here's my options. Either shit internet, stupidly expensive internet that I can't justify fucking paying for, or no internet. So no, what did you tell me? You didn't tell me shit, and I'm not going to move to fucking some bumfuck area in South Dakota to get your stupid-ass internet. You don't even live there anymore, asshole.
No, what I told
He's
you
been
is
holstering that for a while, Chicken.
When Tony told me, oh, they're going to have fiber coming down here in the summer.
They've been putting it in for a fucking, like, 9 months. I could have had it.
I told you it wasn't coming.
Dude, I've literally seen them putting it in. It's in. They're just not done.
I don't know if that's what they're putting in.
I know it's what they're putting in.
I don't think that's what they're putting in.
That's what they put in.
I've never even seen it. I'm just going to guess that's not what they're doing.
I showed you
internet, folks. Now, I want to come back to this fiber optic discussion in 5 years when we're all on like 6G.
When it's obsolete.
And we're all like,
and Tony still is on Windows 95.
No, he'll upgrade to 98. Knock it off.
Have
like,
you have now in 5 years, and yours will be like 3-dimensional.
But, well,
I'll be humping your leg while you're bitching about your internet speed.
Well, on that
digitally
finish.
Yes. Folks.
Hey, we brought it back full circle.
We did. It came all the way back. As I'm known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining us for episode 99. Controversially episodic episodes of all kinds of controversy. We came together. We talked about all of the controversies of the day. How many times can I cram the word controversy into a sentence? We will find controversially, folks. Thank you for being here, folks, but don't you dare think about doing anything other than liking, sharing, subscribing right here at Big Buckin' Empire here on YouTube, The Dog and Chicken Show on YouTube, Big Buckin' Empire on Facebook, folks, because we've got episode 100 coming down the pike, folks. We've made it. We have finally got to the mountaintop. We can see the world for what it is when we climb that peak of episode 100. And that is going to be next week. Not Monday, not Tuesday, not Wednesday, not Thursday, Friday, so we can all really let loose on this one, folks. We're going to have episode 100 next, for this upcoming, not tomorrow, but next Friday, folks. It is going to happen, episode 100. Be sure to be there. Join us for this amazing time. Where, folks? Big Buckin' Empire on YouTube, Facebook. I am the devilishly handsome outlaw himself, your king of extreme, Phil KOE, the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower, the prince and potentate of the political parlance, the lord of the Scottish Highlands, and one damn handsome man, if I do say so myself. You can find me at KOE Nation on YouTube and Twitch. But, folks, Big Buckin' Empire, the place to be next week. You can also find Tony G, Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast on YouTube and Spotify. I am the elated, excited, and soon to be exhausted Phil KOE. Raise a glass to yourselves. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. I want all of you to be right back here, happy, healthy, much the wiser. Tony, Chicken, take it away.
Thank you, Phil. What an awesome outro. And yes, folks, let's pour that one last little drink there for the end of the show here. Tony was dipping in and out there towards the end, but appreciate it. We covered a lot of stuff tonight. It was a lot of shit. A lot of shit going on in the world today, folks.
Whew. Yeah.
Most bad.
And the best, like Tony was saying earlier, you can't trust anybody. There's one place you can trust. Right here. Big Buckin' Empire. Dog and Chicken Show. Tony G, Chicken, Phil KOE. Come on now, folks. Thanks.
It's the place to be.
Being here, folks. This is great.
Tony, anything to say to the folks before we sign out?
Well, I'm sure you probably can't see me for shit. Hopefully you can at least hear me. But yes, I got a lot of fun ideas for episode 100. I got some ideas rattled around the old noodle up here. It's going to take some participation, not just from yours truly, not just from my co-hosts, but also you, the audience. You know, we've got an anonymous suggestion and comment and question box on Big Buckin' Empire on Facebook. I'll keep dropping that as the week goes on. Get in some questions and comments. Make them funny, make them stupid, make them serious. Whatever you want to do, they're anonymous, so go crazy with it. But also some classic things that we've done here. I want to try to dip in and watch some clips from our oldest episodes just to feel a little nostalgic, but I really want to have fun with this one. It's a landmark episode. I mean, obviously we're well over 100 episodes if you include the specials and the COVID Chronicles, but the episodics, it's been a long time coming. You know what? 99, and here we go to episode 100. Be here for it live next Friday. Next Friday, folks. You do not want to miss this one. You definitely want to be here live. We love the interaction. We love all the loyal followers and the people watching and our audience and our fans. Please know that this wouldn't be possible without all of you. And we thank you all, and we hope to see you there. Episode 100.
Absolutely. Over 2 years in the making to episode 100. Over 12 different guests and stars of the Dog and Chicken Show have come, gone, and returned, and come and gone and returned. Some regular faces. And over, I think we're over 13,000 hours watched now on YouTube. Pretty impressive. Pretty happy with that. I can't remember the total video count, but we're approaching over 300 videos here pretty soon. We'll hit that one pretty damn quick. So I appreciate everybody who's followed and everybody who's stuck it out and hung out with us and had fun with us. And even if you didn't drink every time, it's okay. I forgive you.
That's okay.
But you better raise a goddamn glass right now and cheers as we sign out for the night. As always,
Clinky.
folks, appreciate you. Love you.
Clinky.
Bye.
Clinky.
Clink, clink.
Oh, clink, clink, clink.
Clinky.
See, it just smooths itself out.
Get back, tell you what I'll do. If I ever get back, I promise to refabricate you. Raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost. We gotta take it down. Let you down slow. It's hard to survive.